students. Today I am going to teach you the third chapter of the chemistry, equilibrium. In the 11th class you have already studied the chapter chemical equilibrium related to ionic equilibrium. So we shall first recall again what is equilibrium. So listen here. The stage in a reversible reaction where the rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of reverse reaction is known as equilibrium. And now we are going to introduce with the chapter ionic equilibrium. See here in the introduction, the equilibrium between ions and unionized molecules in the solution is called ionic equilibrium. I will repeat again the definition. The equilibrium between ions and unionized molecules in the solution is called the ionic equilibrium. Means any species which is weak in nature, that is an acid or base, if it is dissolved in water, then it will form ions. At the same time, some few of the unionized molecules also remain over there. You can examples. See here on the blackboard, the two examples are given: ionization of weak acid and weak bases. Second example we can give this solid salts and its ions in water. I will just explain. For example, acetic acid CH3COOH is a weak acid. It ionizes in the water as CH3COOH is equal to CH3COO minus ions plus H plus. It is given on the blackboard. Thus, there is an equilibrium between acetic acid molecules, that means CH3COOH, and acetate ions CH3COO minus and H plus ions. You can also give example of NH4OH as weak base. Even solid salt, for example common salt NaCl, where it is dissolved in water, it gives ions as the reaction is given on the blackboard. NaCl aqueous is equal to Na plus aqueous plus Cl minus aqueous. That means in a saturated solution, NaCl molecules are present. Also Na plus and Cl minus ions are also present at the same time. So equilibrium conditions, molecular NaCl and Na plus and Cl minus, that is ionic NaCl, are present. That is known as ionic equilibrium. Now we will understand few terms related to ionic equilibrium first. See here, non-electrolytes. The non-electrolytes are those which do not ionize and exist as molecules in aqueous solution. That means non-electrolytes get dissolved in water but do not form ions. These species, that means non-electrolytes, do not ionize and generally present in molecular form only. I can explain with the example. For example, sugar. You all know when glucon-D is dissolved in water, basically glucon-D contains glucose, so that glucose molecules remain in molecular form, but it do not form ionic and unionic form. Thus, this is known as non-electrolyte. On the other hand, another term is electrolyte. See here on the blackboard, the substance which gives rise to ions when dissolved in water are called electrolytes. I am going to repeat. The substance which give rise to ions when dissolved in water are called electrolyte. Or you can say that this species when dissolved in water forms cations and anions. These are the types of electrolytes. Next we will deal with the types of electrolytes. The electrolytes are classified as follows. What are these? Strong electrolytes, weak electrolytes. Okay. So first we will deal with the strong electrolyte. The strong electrolytes are ionizing completely or almost completely. Means the electrolytes ionizing completely or almost completely are called strong electrolytes. You can give the examples like strong acids. In the strong acids, HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, and the strong bases like NaOH, KOH, the strong salts like NaCl, KNO3. See on the blackboard, I will repeat the name of the examples again. In the strong electrolytes, we can give the examples: strong acids, HCl hydrochloric acid, HNO3 nitric acid, H2SO4 sulfuric acid. In the strong bases, NaOH sodium hydroxide, KOH potassium hydroxide. The strong salts like NaCl sodium chloride, KNO3 like potassium nitrate. So all these when dissolved in water will give cations and anions and get ionized completely. So these are the examples of strong electrolytes. Next, number 2, we will discuss about the weak electrolytes. The weak electrolytes are those which dissociate to a smaller extent in aqueous solution. So the electrolytes which dissociate to a smaller extent in aqueous solution are called weak electrolytes. For example, you can cite your example, the weak acids like HCOOH, that means formic acid, CH3COOH like acetic acid, weak bases like NH4OH. All these molecules when dissolved in water, they get dissolved in water but not get dissociated fully or completely. For example, I will explain it. When acetic acid, consider 1 ml of acetic acid and just imagine it is containing arbitrarily thousands of acetic acid molecules is dissolved in water. Now only 200 molecules of acetic acid get dissociated into ions. That means CH3COOH and the forward arrow gives CH3COO minus and H plus. So the remaining 800 molecules are CH3COOH acetic acid molecules in water. That means they are unionized. Such types of electrolytes are known as weak electrolytes. Okay. Now we will study the next term, that is degree of dissociation. It tells us how many number of moles of molecules. It tells us how many number of moles of molecules dissociated from total number of molecules. So degree of dissociation, in the bracket I have given here alpha, so it is denoted by alpha. The exact definition of dissociation, degree of dissociation is as follows. It is defined as a fraction of total number of moles of the electrolyte that dissociates into its ions when the equilibrium is attained. The degree of dissociation is denoted by alpha and it is given by, in the last portion I have written here, alpha is equal to number of moles dissociated upon total number of moles. Suppose I have 1 mole of acetic acid. If 0.2 mole of acetic acid is dissociated, therefore 0.8 mole of acetic acid remains undissociated. So in this way you can calculate the number of moles dissociated. For your information, I will like to tell here 1 mole of substance is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 particles. Also, to the side of degree of dissociation, I have written the formula percent dissociation. So you can calculate percent dissociation is equal to alpha into 100. I will explain it. If C is the molar concentration of an electrolyte, the equilibrium concentration of cation or anion is alpha into C mole per cubic decimeter. So the students, today we have studied about the terms like definition of ionic equilibria, non-electrolytes, electrolytes, types of electrolytes, that means strong electrolytes, weak electrolytes, and degree of dissociation. In the next lesson, we will study about the acids and bases. What is the exact definition of acid and bases according to 3 theories: Arrhenius theory, Lewis theory, and Bronsted-Lowry theory. So I complete the lesson. Degree of dissociation here.